Buccal cavity topic second time. Good evening everyone. All the students who are with me live for this session, please check the audio video. Is the audio clear? Good evening, Rahul, Piyush, Ramulu, Shivam, Samruddhi, Ahana. Okay, I missed some names, I guess. Audio is clear. Ahana, Mayank, Samruddhi, Razak, Vaibhav, Munaza. I think that is Priyanka, right? Arjun, Suraj, Amir, Amit. Then there is one name which says NTS, Zova. Where are you from? Suraj, good evening, good evening. Pavan, Uma Devi. Okay, Priyanka. Okay, good, good. Sayyid, Raj, Vaibhav, Amit. Oh, Amit is from Uttarakhand. Okay. Shabrish, good evening. Joel, Genius A2. Okay, very good, very good. Study MBBS. Oh, that's good, that's good. Where are you? Where are you from, Zoa? Piyush. Okay, Uttar Pradesh. Yeah, yeah. Aryan. NV Singh from Jammu. Okay, what is your name? It just says NV. Syed, you're studying pharmacy. Oh, very nice. Shabrish. I'm good, I'm good. Mizoram. Okay, very good, Zoa. And all the best. I'm good, Vaibhav, I'm good. Sukrat from Nepal. Okay, okay. All right, all right. Uday, okay. Oh, okay, 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 Zoa, okay. Dilesh Patel is saying from Indore. Very nice. I'm also at Indore. Dhanshri, Sahil, Smitha, Shruti, Munmun, Rishi, Reflection is also there. Smita is there. Samruddhi is there. Oh, Maharashtra. Okay. So, I think most of the students have now joined, and we are going to be discussing cardiac cycle. And to understand cardiac cycle, what you need to know is the structure of the heart. We know there are two auricles, two ventricles, complete separation of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. The first compartments to contract are the auricles, because SA node, which is the natural pacemaker of our heart, is located on the right wall of the right auricle. We are not doing the structure, we are straight away coming to the cardiac cycle. Because the impulse is generated at SA node, which is a specialized muscle, and for the same reason our heart is termed as myogenic heart. So auricles are going to contract first. So we are starting with auricular systole. Systole word is used for contraction. So what is going to happen when auricles contract? When auricles contract, the left and right auriculo-ventricular valves open, so that all the blood from the auricle should come into the ventricles. Blood should not go back into superior vena cava, inferior vena cava and the pulmonary veins. So their openings close. Out of which, if you remember, the inferior vena cava and the coronary sinus, they have the valves. So eustachian valve of inferior vena cava and Thebasian valve of coronary sinus close. I did not take the name of superior vena cava and pulmonary veins. They don't have valves, they close on their own because their openings get squeezed. At this time, what are the ventricles doing? So ventricles at this time are in relaxed condition. So ventricles are in diastole. That means ventricles are relaxed right now when the auricles are contracting. All these things, all these changes take place in a fraction. And the time required for all this to happen is 0.1 seconds. So in 0.1 seconds, what happens? Both the auricles contract. The blood from auricles comes into ventricle. AV valves will open so that all the blood comes here. And to prevent the backward flow, the valves of inferior vena cava and coronary sinus will close, and the openings of superior vena cava and pulmonary veins will automatically close. Now the blood is in the ventricles. So after this, the ventricles should contract. So next stage is ventricular systole. Contraction of the ventricles. Obviously, when the ventricles are going to contract, it's good. They are going to contract with force. The wall of ventricles is much thicker as compared to that of the auricles. So when ventricles contract, what will happen? Blood will be pumped into aorta and pulmonary artery, and both of them have valves. These valves are semilunar valves, so they will open. You don't want the blood to go back into the auricles. So left and right auricular ventricular valves should close. We just now said that the wall of ventricle is thick. So the force with which ventricles contract is much more. And when ventricles contract, the auricular ventricular valves, which are thin flaps, they close with a sharp sound. So left and right AV valves close by making the first heart sound. When is this heart sound produced? In the beginning of the systole, and it is known as love. This is due to closure of left and right AV valves. The blood is going into aorta, so blood pumped into aorta and pulmonary artery. For this, the semilunar valve should open. Semilunar valves of aorta and pulmonary artery open. So all the blood which was in the ventricle has been pumped into the aorta and pulmonary artery. No blood goes back into the auricle because left and right AV valve close by making a sound, because it's a jerky, powerful movement. Time required for all these things to happen is 0.3 seconds. And what are the auricles doing at this time? Auricles are in relaxed condition. Auricles are in diastole. So in 0.3 seconds, all these three things happen. Now after pumping the blood, the ventricles are going to relax. Auricles are anyways relaxed. That means a stage is going to come when all four compartments of our heart are relaxed. We call it joint diastole. All four compartments relaxed. Now here is another very important thing which is going to happen. Ventricles, when they contract, the pressure is more, the inner volume decreases, pressure increases, and because of this pressure the blood was pumped into aorta and pulmonary artery. Now the ventricles are going to relax. When they relax, the volume inside increases, and if volume increases, pressure is going to decrease, and the blood which is in that thick aorta and thick pulmonary artery, chances are that the blood may come back into the ventricle. We don't want this backflow. So, as soon as the ventricles start to relax, the chances of backward flow of blood from aorta and pulmonary artery would increase. If you want to stop it, semilunar valves of aorta and pulmonary artery should close. So here, the semilunar valves of pulmonary artery and aorta close, and this is responsible for the second heart sound. And the second heart sound is dub. So when is dub produced? Dub is produced in the beginning of the ventricular diastole. When the ventricles start to relax, that is the time dub sound is produced due to closure of semilunar valves. All four compartments are relaxed. What is happening in the auricles? Auricles are also relaxed. When auricles are relaxed, that means all the openings are there. The blood can keep coming into the auricles from the pulmonary vein, from superior vena cava, from inferior vena cava, and from coronary sinus. So blood keeps filling auricles. And when the auricles get full, they will contract. And this is, the time which is required for this is 0.4 seconds. Our cardiac cycle is completed in 0.8 seconds. Now let us see what these compartments are doing in this 8 seconds. We are talking about auricle first. Auricular contraction, auricular systole. Let us see here, auricles are contracting 0.1 seconds. Here the auricles are relaxed, and here all four compartments are relaxed. So 0.3 and 0.4. So they are contracting for 0.1 seconds, and auricular diastole is 0.7 seconds. So our cycle is completed in less than 1 second. And in that, auricles are working only for 0.1 and they are relaxing for 0.7. Let us see ventricular systole and ventricular diastole. Ventricles are contracting here, so this is 0.3. What were the ventricles doing here? They were relaxed, and here also all are relaxed. So ventricular systole is 0.3 seconds and diastole is this 0.4 and 0.1. So it is 0.5 seconds. See, they are working for less than half the time of the cardiac cycle, and still everything happens in a very systematic manner because it is following a pattern. So if you do things in a systematic manner, the result is a perfect working. And our heart starts to work from our embryonic life till a person dies. And this cycle goes on and on and on. So now you have to remember, when is the first sound produced? Closure of what? When is the second sound produced? Closure of what? Clear or not? Did you understand this? What if AV valve is exchanged with semilunar? Why will you exchange this with semilunar? Sadia. Keshav, fossa ovalis will come in the structure. Okay, it will be in the structure. It is a hole in the interauricular septum, which is called foramen ovale, which closes at the time of birth, and then we call it fossa ovalis. Raj is saying crystal clear, Ahana clear, Rahul, Tanya, Samruddhi, Mayank clear. Oh, Tanya is saying platinum clear, very good. Razak is saying it's clear. So on cardiac cycle, the questions which are asked are, which sound is produced when? Beginning of systole, beginning of diastole, beginning of auricular or ventricular systole and diastole. Which sound is a sharper sound? First heart sound is a sharper sound as compared to the second one. If it is not closed, then mixing of blood will take place and it results into blue baby syndrome. Mansi, clear. Very good. Priyanka, clear. It stimulates the heart to revive. Rahul. Vaishnavi is saying love. The first sound. Yes, it is the sharper sound. Love and da. These are the sounds which you hear when the sound is interpreted by a machine. Because when we hear the sound using a stethoscope, the sound is like dhak. It's a thumping sound. We don't hear lub dub. So lub dub is the interpretation of that sound in a machine. No problem, Piyush, they are in your syllabus. Amit is saying not clear. What is not clear, Amit? Ayush, I won't be taking that today, but yes, I will be doing ECG, a video on ECG very soon. Auricular diastole. It is written here. Auricular diastole is for 0.7 seconds. When the ventricles are contracting, auricles are relaxed. When all four compartments are contracting, auricles are relaxed. So 0.3 and 0.4, 0.7. That's how we calculate it. Yes, Nisha, I will do the structure of heart for you once, and then all the structures will be clear. Systole word is used for contraction, diastole for relaxation. Sadhya is saying we regulate the rate of the, what regulates? Okay, see, we don't have to regulate it because SA node generates that impulse at a particular frequency. So SA node is able to generate it. But if you have to increase the heart rate, then sympathetic nervous system plays its role. Murtaza from Pakistan. Okay, Murtaza, you understood everything. Blue baby syndrome is related to methemoglobin. Piyush, blue baby syndrome is when interauricular septum does not close. Methemoglobin is formed whenever there is a pollution of nitrate. You are mixing two things. With structure can be, yes, we will do that, Amit. We will do the structure also very soon. I thought the structure of heart is like clear to everyone. Okay, Keshav, you're welcome. Nandini is saying once please go at last with the topic. Which topic, Nandini, you're talking about? Subodh, vagus nerve. Vagus nerve is the only cranial nerve which goes up to the abdominal organs and it innervates all the structures including heart. Yes, Keshav, I'll make a video on that. I will make a video on the structure of the heart so that you understand fossa, foramen, everything. What about cardiac cycle? Is cardiac cycle clear? Yes, ECG also. I have already written that down. Is cardiac cycle clear to everyone? The two heart sounds, when are they produced? And whatever confusion you have in the structure of the heart, that I will do separately. Thank you, Keshav. Thank you. Rivanshi. Pulse pressure is the difference between systolic and diastolic pressure. 120 minus 80. Ram, namaste. Amit says clear. Rivanshi, okay. Samruddhi, very good. When will you start molecular biology, Murtaza? It depends. I am taking random topics. The same topic, man, cardiac. Oh, Nandini, you will have to watch this video later on as a recorded one. Piyush, I have separated two channels. I have created a bilingual channel and I am shifting all the bilingual lectures on that one. Anas is asking how to cover backlog. Try to do something which you have missed out. So current and the things which you have missed out, both together. Ram is saying from Nepal. Okay, very good. So any more question related to this? Lakman is saying what is sinus node? There is no sinus node. It is called SA node, sinoatrial node, our natural pacemaker. Yes, Keshav, noted. I am not decided, Rahul. I am deciding on a daily basis. Let us see, Piyush. I have not decided anything. Angioplasty is a treatment or a thing by which you introduced a stent or a spring-like thing in the blood vessel so that the narrowing can be taken care of. New batch. Oh no, nothing right now. Maybe directly the crash course. Artificial pacemaker is placed on the heart and then it generates the impulse. You're welcome, Nandini. Alright, so let us conclude today's class and I hope you understood the cardiac cycle. I am sending you the 5 questions. The link of those questions you will find in the description. Don't forget to take those questions. And tomorrow we will have a session on the bilingual channel. And you will get to know the topic somewhere around in the morning or maybe in the afternoon. Okay, so take care. I'll see you tomorrow at 5. Bye.